hush all over when I walked into the room. And as I stood before him face to face, I was gloriously made new. There was a great and awesome presence, and light bright as any day. And I bowed to kneel with the angels. I heard the Spirit say, all rise, all rise, to stand before the throne in the presence of the Holy One. All rise, all rise, as we worship the Messiah. All rise. Then I looked at those all around me with their hands uplifted high. Then the Spirit laid his hands on me, and I uplifted mine. We were singing hallelujahs, great praises to his name. As I bowed to kneel with the angels, I heard the Spirit say, before the throne, in the presence of the Holy One. All rise, as we worship the Messiah, singing holy, holy, holy. Worthy is the Lamb, was and is to come. He is the great I am. Oh, rise, to stand before the throne in the presence of the Holy One. Oh, rise, as we worship the Messiah. All rise, to stand before God's throne in the presence of the Holy One. All rise, as we worship the Messiah. All rise, all rise, all rise,
It's so good, so good.
I love the feeling a special song can bring. I feel his presence when we start to sing. I know it's gonna be just right, 'cause we're praising him tonight. It's so good to be here, gathered in his name. It's so good to be here, gathered in his name. It's so good to be here, I'm so glad you came. Of all the places you could be, I'm so glad you're here with me. It's so good to be here, gathered in his name. I love the joy that I see upon your face. I felt your love when I walked into this place. Though we've never met before, you and I, we're a family in the Lord. It's so good to be here, gathered in his name. to be here, gathered in His name. It's so good to be here. I'm so glad you came. Of all the places you could be, I'm so glad you're here with me. It's so good to be here, gathered in His name.
So good, I love the feeling
That special song can bring.
It's so good, I feel His presence
When you and I start to sing,
It's so good, I love the joy
that I see on your face. I felt your love when I walked into this place. Of all the places you could be, I'm so glad you're here with me. It's so good to be here, gathered in His name. Of all the places you and I could be, I'm so glad you're here with me. It's so good to be here, gathered in His name.
In His name
It's so good to be here.
Gathered in His name
Somewhere there's a place that I can't clearly see. Somewhere above the clouds there's a rainbow for me. Somewhere beyond life's storms, the sun must surely shine, and beyond the sounds of battle, the victory is mine. Satan will be bound, and I'll be free at last. My prayers will all be prayed, and my trials all past. Somewhere that flag of victory waves, though I can't see, and beyond the sound of the battle, there's victory for me. I can hear my captain calling, and I'll answer his call, hoping this will be the last hill, and no comrade will fall. I'll march, though I am weary, and faithful I will be, for beyond the sound of battle, there's victory for me. rock solid to the core, will not give way. The winds will blow, the storms may be raging, there's no need to fear. This church will stand, this church will stand. It was built on solid rock and not on shifting sand. This church will stand, there's no need to fear. This church will stand. Well, it's sure that the enemy will try to defeat us with deceptions, lies, and snares. He'll fight us to the end. Ah, but hand in hand, you and I can make it if we join with our brothers, put our faith in God. This church will stand. This church will stand. It was built on solid rock and not on shifting sand. This church will stand. There's no need to fear. This church will stand.
All other ground is shifting sand. On Christ the solid rock.
This church will stand. It was built on solid rock and not on shifting sand. This church will stand. There's no need to fear. This church will stand. There's no need to fear. This church will stand. There's no need to fear. This church will stand. Jesus is my cornerstone, came for sinners to atone. Though rejected by his own, he became the cornerstone. Jesus is the cornerstone. When I am by my sins oppressed, on the stone I am at rest, where the seeds of truth are sown. Jesus is my cornerstone. Jesus is the cornerstone. Rock of ages, cleft for me. Let me hide myself in thee. Rock of ages, so that's in my heart to stay. He's my new song, my tried and true song. So I'll keep singing forever and a day. Well, the music of this old world kept my spirits low. The song of my soul was sadder than you'll know. Then the master gave my heart this melody. Now I don't sing about this old world, I'm singing 'cause I'm free. No more sad songs, no more blue songs. I've got a new song that's in my heart to stay. He's that new song, that tried and true song. So I'll keep singing forever and a day. And the music that he gave is bright, pure as gold. Funny, it always stays the same, and yet somehow it never gets too old. When I'm singing day by day along my journey home, when I'm done singing on earth, I'm gonna sing before God's throne. No more sad songs, no more blue songs. I've got a new song that's in my heart to stay. He's my new song, my tried and true song. So I'll keep singing forever and a day. No more sad songs, no more blue songs. I've got a new song that's in my heart to stay. He is my new song, my tried, my true song. So I'll keep singing forever and a day. I'll keep singing forever and a day. No more sad songs. Life began for you and for me when we fought for our very first breath, when as babies we struggled, reached out for freedom. And the songs we love to sing have freedom's theme. Some walk through the fire and the flood to find a place for freedom. Some faced hell itself for freedom's dream. Let freedom ring wherever minds know what it means to be in chains. Let freedom ring wherever hearts know pain. Let freedom echo through the lonely streets where prisons have no key. We can be free and we can sing. Let freedom ring. I will sing it out with every breath, everywhere I go, to everyone I meet. This wondrous story of redemption, I'll let the whole world hear it. This hallelujah anthem of the free. Let freedom Now there was no sun, no moon, no stars. Darkness covered the deep. No creature stirred, not a sound was heard. Creation was asleep. No rivers flowed, no breezes blow. No season changed the weather. Then God looked down and he spoke the word that put it all together.
Yes, that put it all together.
The birds and the bees, the flowers and the trees, and a man named Adam, a woman named Eve. Dew on the grass and the grass on the meadow. God put it all together. Then as the sands of time began to slowly slip away, God watched his handiwork begin to crumble, to decay. Man was seeking earthly gain, despising his creator. But with a flood and an ark and a man named Noah, God put it back together.
Yes, God put it back together.
Where the lightnings flashed, the thunders crashed. For 40 days they said the waters splashed. But Noah floated through the stormy weather, and God put it back together. Well, the sun came out and the water dried up. The grass turned green again. But God realized the mighty flood had not washed away the sin. When it seemed all hope was gone, man was lost forever. With a rugged cross and an empty tomb, God put it back together.
Yes, God put it back together.
From golden streets by the crystal sea to a lonely hill called Calvary, Christ came and conquered sin forever, and God put it back together. The birds and the bees and the flowers and the trees and the man named Adam and the woman named Eve, the dew on the grass and the grass on the meadow, God put it all together. God put it all together. Oh, he did. God put it all together. Well, one of these days the marketplace is going to stand empty. No more traffic out there in the streets. And the builder's tools, all silent. No time for the farmer to harvest the wheat. The busy housewives will have ceased their labors. In our great courtrooms across the nation, there'll be no more debate. As the king comes through the gate, eager faces are going to lie in those hallways. Those whose lives have been redeemed. Broken homes like Laura's and mine that he's mended. Ah, those from prison that he has freed. And the little children, and the old and infirm and the aged, hand in hand they'll stand all aglow. Those who were crippled and those who were broken and ruined will be clad in garments white as snow. Because the King of all kings is coming. The King is coming. I just heard his trumpet sounding, and now his face I see. The King is coming. Our King is coming. Well, praise God. He's coming for me. And the Bible gives us some signs of his returning. It says there'll be wars and rumors of wars, pestilence, famine, earthquakes, floods. In the end days, God has promised to pour out his Spirit upon all flesh. Young men will see visions, old men will dream dreams. veil between the spirit world and this world is becoming more and more transparent. The time of his unveiling is nearly upon us. And if we listen closely, we can almost hear the chariots rumble. We can see the marching throng. All the flurry of God's trumpets spells the end of sin and wrong. Regal robes are now unfolding. Heaven's grandstands are all in place. Heaven's choirs are now assembled, and they sing Amazing Grace. How sweet the sound. I just heard those trumpets sounding. Now his face I see. The King is coming. The King is coming. Praise God, he's coming for me. Well, the King is coming. The King is coming. I just heard the trumpet sounding. Now his face I see. The King is coming. Our King is coming. Praise God, praise God, praise God. He's coming for me. Coming for me. Coming for me.
We've just begun. His best is yet to come.
His best is yet to come before this life is done. So hold on, we've just begun. His best is yet to come. His best is yet to come before this life is done. So hold on, we've just begun. His best is yet to come. I've seen the impossible come true before my eyes. Streams of rich sunlight broke through life's clouded skies. I've seen hopeless faces learn where the joy comes from. But it's only a glimpse because his best is yet to come. His best is yet to come before this life is done. So hold on, we've just begun. His best is yet to come.
You know, I believe that with all of my heart. His best is yet to come. So no matter how good or how bad, just hang on until it comes to you. Now, there have been times when I've had to walk clear out to the edge before my answers came. But you know what? Miracles still happen when we call upon his name. So no matter what your trial, you don't have to run. Just let go